I think the character is a very relatable character. He's a superhero, but as you said, he's a normal, kind of ordinary kid who's an underdog.
Did you grow up with a comic?
I did not. I never read comics as a kid.
Not at all?
Never, no.
No.
Bobby Fischer, sure. He was one of the most famous people in the country.
I believe 1972, you could say he was the most famous man in the world, or most famous person in the world.
He was their Donald Trump.
He was their Donald Trump, exactly.
Even the way you talk just like him. It reminds
in real life, or?
No, in the movie. In real life, he talked more like Kermit the Frog, but in... Sing it.
All right.
Are you having a happy holiday season?
Yes, I am, and I get to go to Las Vegas for New Year's.
Your family is taking you to Las Vegas?
Yeah, my mom's girlfriend. I don't know. She's getting a complimentary suite and everything.
Have you ever been there before?
Nope, I've never.
No, you can't gamble. You're only 13.
I know, but she lets me, pull it and run.
Yeah, that's a federal violation. You'll go to prison.
Oh.
You have movie pot. It's like whatever they roll. Tobacco, herby stuff. We were doing this one scene where, when you're doing takes, you're doing one after the next, after the next. After we're done with the scene, I started to feel like I was losing my mind. I'm shaking, I'm hot, I'm just flipping out. One of the producers comes in. He's like, oh, you smoked a full blunt. I don't smoke full joints. This is like strong.
In this film, I'm playing Tino. He's one of the gang, one of Stephen Dorff and Brad Renfro's gang, and I'm sort of like Dorff's right-hand man. This look takes about an hour in the morning, and it takes about an hour to wash out. This is the Deuce's tattoo. It wasn't flex.
You're into baking.
Not that type of baking, not that type of baking.
What kind of baking? Like crack?
You smoke the doobie, man.
I did make Seth Rogen a pie, and he loved it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I bake, Seth bakes.
Gordon McRae, he said, ask Cliff if he's been paid yet for doing the pilot.
Gordon is one of the nicest people in the business. I had the privilege of directing him in a film for which neither one of us been paid. No, I was under one of those contracts. They threw stuff at me. It was such garbage. I just said, I'd rather not work than do this piece of junk. And that's when Harry Cohn said to me, kid, you got more guts than you got brains.
You had it all. Money, fame, and a beautiful wife. What went wrong?
We were married 22 years, Deanie and I, and we had a wonderful marriage. She wanted to spend more time out here, and I wanted to spend more time back east. She's married a third time. I have not remarried. We had a lovely daughter who passed away 2 years ago.
Sorry.
She's a lovely girl, I can say anything but good things about her.
Wonderful organization. I think my first experience with it was 50 years ago. I have a lot's been happening since then, all for the best. This is one of the nicest highlights of the whole year, I think. Everybody loves it.
I had many days on set that were fantastic. The two best ones, I would say, was one near the beginning. I'm kind of like the same size as Paul, and he had to spend so much time carrying me in this film. It was just totally absurd. We had to run really, really fast for 14 hours straight. Hopefully he didn't get injured, but we did have a few tumbles here and there. It was kind of dangerous. Who is Bryce Dallas Howard in Spider-Man 3? I'm Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3. I got to dye my hair blonde. Is Bryce Dallas Howard related to Jessica Chastain? I'm not, but we look alike. Why is Bryce Dallas Howard named Dallas? It's where I was conceived.
Name was all over the news and in the tabloids because you got engaged. Why don't you introduce us to her?
Yes, this is my fiance, Audra. We got engaged in Italy. I recently they flew me to Santorini, Greece, the island, I got this whole plan to propose, and so.
Do you still have your comic book collection?
No, I stole them all.
How old were you when you stole these comic books?
Like as young as I could be when I could figure out all the sight lines and blind spots in a store. So I stole like tons of them, some ones that were worth a lot of money. And years later, I grew up. What would I tell my kid? You have to go return them. So as an adult, same owner in Pittsburgh, and I went and returned them all. And he just looks up at me and says, "You're absolved."
When and where did you examine Arlene Kalinich?
I examined Arlene Kalinich on the 10th of August at North Division.
Dangerous?
Yes, she is dangerous to herself because of the fact that she started a fire in her home, burned the bank books in the house.
Your witness.
Congrats on this thing. It is a great movie. I loved it. It looks so real.
I'm always on wires almost, which was really cool.
Right around a giant shark.
It's not a shark, it's a green cube. I'm sitting basically on a box on wires.
You really
and
are a
flying
fantastic
around.
actor, really are.
The trick is, you know, to personalize it.
The green box?
Yeah.
The shark?
I gave it a name.
Did you really?
Named it Muriel. Somehow I loved that name and made me love my shark.
I was 40 when I came over to the States the first time. I'd been wanting to come over here since I was a teenager. I mean, when I was a teenager, I was completely obsessed with American music, American clothes, cars. You know, I feel now as if my whole life was just a process of saving up the money to get here.
To get here, yeah.
Been hugely successful in film, in television, and in theatre. How do they each compare? Which one's your favourite?
The disciplines are different and the circumstances are different, but essentially, you know, you're still trying to just be as truthful, you know, whether it's a movie or a play, you know. But going back from one to the other is always a lot of fun. Keeps things alive, you know.
And my dad's like, let me talk to him. He goes, we went to the pictures last night. And I said, what'd you see? And he goes, we saw your movie, dummy. Nothing to get excited about. I've seen you on screen before. And I go, well, I got nominated. What'd you get nominated for? I said, Best Supporting Actor. He's like, so you were supporting somebody, you didn't get the Best Actor thing. And I think he was expecting a biblical epic, and you know, he got me nude in 2 scenes, you know, so. Let's try to move you into some sort of like a body triangle, but we have to be on the ground. We have to be on the ground. There you go. If I came in and you're in this position, I would bring you around. Like that. You're in a triangle, and then I would go for an armbar.
Recently, I went into a music store like Tower Records, and I was like, hey, do you guys have a 70s section? And the guy goes,
because you're that guy from the 70s show?
He's the guy when you're like, do you have the late night music section?
He's like, because you're that guy from the...
I know him. You got to work with Brad Pitt.
After a long period of time, I got the courage to ask him what I wanted, which was, if I get into an Academy Award type movie, I want to be at that Vanity Fair after party. And I want you to come up to me when I'm talking to someone important. He promised me he'd do this and be like, Topher, like, good to see you. And I want to be like, Brad, not now.
Dakota Fanning, she doesn't take backseat to anybody in this film. She's incredible. And there have been times that I've been in a scene with her and she's had to do something. I said, whoa, she's good. Travis had an amazing person that helped him out as a blind person. And she's an amazing woman and a redhead. And I was searching for the right actress. And I turned over in bed and there she was. But Becky just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, so, you know, there are 2
cards in this game, and one of the cards is that you have to find someone to do a body shot with. And then there's another card in which you have to get someone to give you their underwear. So they went into the bathroom together, and she came out, she whipped them out, and what do you know, this guy, he wore a thong.
Our parlor trick became guessing how much they could bench press based on the size of their pecs. And I could literally tell like somebody who was a 280 and somebody who was like a 420.
But can you tell all ranges of people what they can bench, or can you just tell?
No, you have to have benched a little bit for me, like under 200 for sure.
I just do the bar.
Like the 9-pound bar.
He's a criminal, that's what he is.
He saved 6 people from burning to death.
Yeah, and a fire he probably started. This lunatic's news, all right, bad news.
We sold out all 4 printings, Jonah.
Tomorrow morning, Spider-Man page 1 with a decent picture this time.
Can't get a picture. I've had Eddie on it for weeks. Nobody ever gets more than a glimpse of him.
Put an ad on the front page, cash money for a picture of Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be famous? Well, then I'll make him infamous.
What are the hours like on the show if you're playing both those parts? It must be long days. I mean, the days can be kind of long, but I don't want to whine about my fabulous show business career, you know. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's J.K. Simmons in season 2 of Counterpart. Take a look.
We not only had red blood, but we had black blood, we had white blood, we had turquoise blood. That immediately gets it out of the normal realm of reality that we know it, because I don't think Sam had in mind when he wrote the screenplay that he really wanted to bother people. The Evil Dead is a monster movie, but you can't really relate to it 100%, so it doesn't really hit as close to home as some like Killer on the Loose, that sort of thing.
You get asked to sign a lot of breasts.
The left boob is my favorite one, and normally you apply pressure below the nipple. I would apply pressure here. Yeah, ow. And then up. Ow. I'll buy your shirt. Let me. You're feeling pretty good.
Thank you.